I mean, we heard about this deer last summer. A couple friends of ours videotaped him. I heard about him. I looked for him a little bit, but I never seen him personally until this last spring. He dropped his sheds pretty close by, and both were found, and we were pretty excited to know he's still alive. And then this summer, we caught a glimpse of him middle of August, I think, and he got even bigger than he was last year. Last year, this side was scored 98 inches alone, and then this year it went 106. This side is bigger. He had a little drop time last year, but I wasn't sure. We didn't measure this other side yet, and then I ended up videotaping him. Got pretty good video footage of him, and about a month later, my brother, who hunts the woods to the north of me, got 2 trail cam photos of him, and that was the last we've heard about him or seen of him since the day I killed him. He went out Saturday the 23rd, and it was kind of misty a little rain. I was hunting over this thick bedding area we have, and I got a little 1/4 acre food plot, turnip, rape, clover in it, and I had some mock scrates set up, and at 4:20 I ended up I could hear a deer slam his horns with another deer, and it was loud. So I knew it was a pretty good buck. I immediately looked up to my left, and I seen this big crab claw. I knew he was a huge buck, so I immediately just thought shooter and everything, and that, like I said, that was about 80, 90 yards away, and then he went back in the thicket in front of me, and 2 hours later at 6:20, I seen him pop out at about 45 yards walking at me, and I couldn't hear a thing. The leaves were real wet, but at 40 yards he stopped me, faced me. He was feeding in the food plot, 40 yards facing at me for about 5 minutes straight, and I just sat there looking at the horn. I'd say after a real quick glance at him, I just said, "Don't look at them horns again. He's a shooter. They don't need to count it." And it's just, that's why I just focus on that body. Where am I going to make the shot? And he ended up walking in about another 20 yards. So he's about 20 yards, and he turned to his left, which would be, he's walking my left to right. And he went behind a little tree, and I went to draw back, and he just popped out. So I'm sitting there up like this, and I was kind of scared he'd look up. I didn't want to move at all when I could see his head. And a fawn, at the time I didn't know, I heard a sneeze like right below me. I was scared it was a deer picked me out when I was trying to draw. I just looked down with my eyes, and I could see it was a doe fawn. She was just feeding. She just sneezed or something. But when she sneezed, he whipped his head around and looked right at her. And he's straight out 20 yards looking underneath my tree. I figured he'd just go up, look up, and see me. But instead, he looked at her real quick and looked directly away. And when he looked away, I drew back, and he started walking again, broadside at about 20 yards. And I had to grunt at him, stop him. And as soon as I stopped him, when my pin hit or put where I was supposed to, I just squeezed it off, and he immediately hit him. It didn't look like great penetration, but it happened so quick I really didn't know. I just knew I hit him up by the shoulder, which kind of scared me, but I didn't hear that loud crack like I hit that shoulder bone. But so I got down real quiet and just snuck out. Get up to the house, and my brother's here who looked at him all summer. At this time, I didn't know it was him. I thought he was like a 150 shooter or something. So an hour and a half later, we ended up going after him, and I found that first thing we did. I found that arrow. It was broken in half. I knew I went through the one shoulder, stuck into the other shoulder, and good blood after that for a ways, and he only went about 80 yards. And when I got up to him, I put my flashlight on him. Me and my brother both immediately knew it was him. We ran up, and we'd seen the mass and all the brow tines, and we just unbelievable. Can't explain how I felt when I found out it was him. I immediately called my dad. As soon as I called my dad and tell him we shot the big one, because everybody around here knows about this deer. I told him I shot the big one, call some people up. It's gonna be fun. And I actually got the property owner. He came out, and he hunts the same woods too. He came out, and he was real excited. We've been practicing QDMA. We haven't shot a deer in there for 2 years, just trying to let them all go.
So what's it feel like to shoot a 200-inch deer?
I still don't even really, I don't know. It's insane. Wasn't expecting it at all, but it's nice.